Hey, my name is Cliff Wells. I'm out of Jackson, Mississippi. And Mississippi, if you're not familiar, is in the United States about halfway from the East Coast to the West Coast. Sits on the Gulf of Mexico. 65 years old, grew up on a farm, know how to work. You know, if cow stepped on you, kicked you, you just kept trucking. And, you know, it got cut, bruised, it wasn't something like that. Then I went into construction work, worked construction work most of life. And if you hit your thumb on the with a hammer, you know, you might have said a few words, but you kept moving. When I was about 44, I was at the College of Metaphysics teaching metaphysics, and during a big heavy snowstorm, a group of us teachers out sliding down a steep hill on sleds, and the boy up front leaned the wrong direction and threw me into a fence post, so I ate up a fence post right in my rib cage. Well, what happened was I wound up breaking 7 ribs that day, and about a week later, I was picking a 55-gallon drum up, protecting those ribs, and it weighed probably 300 pounds sitting on the ground out the back of the pickup, pulled, cracked 2 vertebrae at the same time in my lower back. Never thought about anything, just, you know, rested for a couple of months, pushed the vertebrae back together, let them get healed up, let the ribs get healed up, went on back about my business. But during that accident, I wound up getting a whiplash like you would in a car accident. Well, years later, I kept having problems with the right side and my leg just not working as good as the left, and a lot of pain in my lower back. Well, I never thought anything about it, just age and abuse from not really being smart and not taking care of the body as I was growing up, and thinking that I was as strong as a bull ox and could do anything, and I really could. But during all that process, being a little stupid, you know, I've abused the body tremendously. Well, about 45, when I had that accident, it took about 10 years before I really realized that that right side was slowly losing. When I was about 59, I was at a point where I was on a construction site, and that right leg, I was just dragging it, having trouble with it, couldn't walk to get around to the construction site to see the men, tell them what to do next, or if we had a problem, whatever happened there, you know, handle it. So I went to see the spine doctor, and they decided at that point they would come in here, cut my neck, fuse the front part of my neck, in hopes that that would help hold the neck steady and maybe help with the pain and help with me being able to walk better. Well, I got to where I could walk some better. Pain didn't really change a lot. And over the next 2 to 3 years, I had 2 hernia surgeries. The first of this year of 2011, I was scheduled in March to have another hernia surgery, and all 3 of them in the same place on the right side. When the spinal doctor called me, him and the urologist got together, they decided they were going to open up my neck from the backside, and they showed me around C5 that my spinal cord looked like an hourglass, and it had never opened back up from the first surgery. So they were hoping that they could go in, cut some spurs out that was on the inside of the vertebrae, cut some grooves in the vertebrae, put some plates on them to help hold the vertebrae apart, and hopes that maybe the spinal cord will open back up. And we did that. Went ahead and had, about a month later, 6 weeks later, had the 3rd hernia surgery. And about 5 weeks ago, and this is the end of July of 2011, the pain had gotten so bad I just could not stand sitting here in the chair and working. I was sleeping most of the day or laying down to get off the back so I could relieve myself of the pain. I've been on hydrocodone, Roboxin, and another muscle relaxer for at least 2 years. Had been to pain doctors. They'd given me shots in the spinal cord with an epidural shot. None of the 5 of those shots seemed to help any. And 5 weeks ago, so it had to be the end of June in there somewhere, I was talking with Kenneth McPherson over in the UK, over in Scotland, we do business together on the internet. He was telling me about a wand that he has that he'd been working on his shoulders and the pain that he had, and had it for about a year. So he sent me some information on it. He said, let me get you in touch with Malcolm Peters from the UK. And Malcolm was traveling somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where he was at the time. But we talked. He explained what the 0-point energy was. And with the studies that I have done in metaphysics and knowing about the aura of the body and the energy, if it's balanced in the body will work tremendously well and heal itself. So with all the information Malcolm and Kenneth had given me with the videos and everything, I decided to go ahead and get me a wand. Came in about 3 days, went to work on my body. 2 days later, I could tell the difference in the pain in my legs. I could tell a little bit of difference in the pain in my back. It's been 5 weeks now. This is the end of July of 2011. I'm able to get off of the cane I was on, because during the time before this last neck surgery, prior to that, I had gotten down to being on a walker, and finally had got up off the walker and back on a cane, and was having trouble walking with the cane, but at least I could walk with a cane and not have to have a walker, because it was pretty rough driving. It was rough getting out of chairs. I mean, you just crawled out with a walker or a table or the desk. You know, you pulled yourself up into a truck, out of the truck. You weren't sure if you were going to be able to stand up while you got the walker out of the vehicle. And as I said, we've gotten back to a cane, but in the last 5 weeks, I laugh, because now when I go to therapy or go to the doctor, I may forget and not pick up my cane here at the desk. I've already gotten in the truck, ready to go to town, and I have to walk back in the house, get the cane just in case I need it. And there's days I still have to use the cane, but I would say 3/4 of the time now I'm able to walk around the yard, water the flowers and the vegetables, pick the vegetables and everything, and not have to have the cane. Now, I'm not saying I'm tiptoeing through the tulips or anything, but you know, it's a lot better, and I expect this wand to get me back to an 18-year-old body. Well, I'm joking about that, but at least I want to have a body that I can live in without any pain, or minimum amount of pain. But I'm looking forward to the day with the wand 6 months from now, a year from now, that I'll be able to have zero pain, and just like I'm able to get up and out of the chair. You can watch this. You know, it's easy to get up and out of the chair, sit back down without any complications. The other thing that had happened on my right hand, the little finger was crooked down real bad with arthritis, and now I can hold that hand up and straight, and that helps with me typing. I use the wand 24 hours a day. I sleep with it. I have it in my lap if I'm sitting here at the desk. I may have it stuck in a sock where it's down there around my ankles and my legs. I may put it right up and down my backbone between the towel I have rolled up between the chair and my back to help support my back. So it's sitting there on the back, in the lower part of the back where the pain's at all the time. But I can tell that right now, from where I was 5 weeks ago, the pain has reduced by 30 to 40% at least. And I am just tickled to death with what I've had experience with the wand. I recommend it to you. Get it, try it, use it all the time. I mean, spend time with it every day. I overwork my body with it just simply because I've hurt so bad, and I want to get to where I have no pain as fast as I humanly can. You can reach me if you'd like to. My email is clw640@gmail.com. If you have Skype, you can Skype me. My Skype name is CliffWells64. That's CLIFFWELLS64. I'll be glad to talk with you. Give me your phone number. I'll call you if you have more questions. I appreciate your time very much. If you're questioning about the wand, Get it, use it, expect it to work, and you will thoroughly enjoy the results from it. Thank you kindly.